The game that killed him. On October 6, 1923, Jack Trice took the field for Iowa State University. It was his first time starting. He was 21 years old, 6 feet tall, 200 pounds, and the first black athlete in school history. Early in the game, Jack injured his shoulder but insisted on staying in. Then in the third quarter, he attempted a rolling block, landed on his back, and never got up. Several opposing players trampled over him, cleats first. His chest and abdomen took the full impact. Trice was helped off the field. The team doctor checked his shoulder but missed the real damage. Nobody knew his internal organs had been crushed. After the game, Jack was cleared to travel. That night, he lay on a straw mattress in a rail car, swaying hour after hour as the train rolled back to Ames. He grew weaker. His breathing slowed. His pain worsened, but no one realized he was dying. No one realized he was dying. When the train arrived in Ames around 1 a.m., Trice was taken directly to the campus hospital. That's when doctors realized how bad it was. His collarbone was broken, but that wasn't the issue. His abdomen had been crushed. Internal bleeding had spread across his body. His intestines were so damaged that surgery wasn't even possible. He was too far gone. On Monday, October 8, 1923, Jack Trice died from his injuries. Some believe the hit that killed him was intentional. Others say it was a tragic accident. But one fact remains. A young man who broke barriers was left to die on a train, alone in pain. The stadium at Iowa State now bears his name. But for nearly a century, justice never did. The crowd roared. Then it went silent. In 1989, Lane Frost was one of the brightest stars in professional bull riding. At 25, he was already a world champion, a fan favorite, and a legend in the making. On July 30th, he rode at Cheyenne Frontier Days in Wyoming. His opponent that day, a massive bull named Taking Care of Business. Lane had faced dangerous bulls before. He wasn't afraid. The chute opened. The bull exploded. Lane stayed with it, second after second, moving in sync with every buck and twist. When the buzzer sounded, he had made the full 8 seconds, a clean ride. He dismounted and landed on his feet. The crowd cheered. The bullfighters stepped in, but the bull didn't run. A sudden turn, a fatal blow. Instead of turning away, Taking Care of Business turned back. It lowered its head and charged straight at Frost. With full force, it drove its horn into his back. The horn tore through his ribs and organs. Lane was launched forward into the dirt. Bullfighters rushed in to save him. Paramedics followed, but he wasn't breathing. They rushed him to the hospital, but it was already too late. Lane Frost died from massive internal bleeding, one of the greatest riders in history. Killed by a bull after the ride was already over. His death led to major safety changes in rodeo, but it came too late for him. One miscalculation. No second chance. In 2014, Australian cricketer Philip Hughes walked onto the Sydney cricket ground for a domestic match. He was 25, calm, focused, and already a rising star with the national team. He faced a short-pitched bouncer from bowler Sean Abbott. Hughes leaned in to play a pull shot, but the ball bounced higher than expected. It struck him just under the helmet. It hit an unprotected spot at the top of his neck and ruptured his vertebral artery. That one hit was fatal. He collapsed immediately. Medics ran onto the field. His brain was already bleeding. He was rushed to St. Vincent's Hospital and taken into surgery. But 2 days later, on November 27th, 3 days before his birthday, he was gone. The thin line between sport and death. Jack Trice, Lane Frost, Philip Hughes. 3 athletes from 3 completely different worlds. Football, rodeo, cricket, all young, all gifted, all died doing what they loved. Not because they weren't prepared, not because they weren't skilled, but because sometimes all it takes is one thing going wrong, one mistake, one missed injury, one unpredictable second. And once it happens, there's no fixing it.